Good morning to the world. How are we all? Friday morning, 10 o'clock, the last day of July. How do we get here? God knows. So just to let you know, I'm using StreamYard. So in order to be able to make any comments, because I have no idea who's watching, if you could please click on a comment, click on the thing, the StreamYard thing at the top on the right-hand side, then hopefully I'll know who you are and how things are going with everybody. So Friday morning, 31st of July. Where are we? Whew. Gosh, it's all so blooming full on, isn't it? It really is. 1 minute we're in lockdown, and the next minute, okay, fine, we're starting to bounce back. We're starting to get back in, and are we? Aren't we? What's happening? Are we going back into lockdown? Who the heck knows? So, what I wanted to concentrate on today is the 5R strategy to getting your business back on track. When we all come out of lockdown properly, what the powers that be that are saying at the moment is that insolvencies for businesses are sort of, roughly speaking, pretty normal. They're not high. They're just pretty normal at the moment. But the worst is to come. The worst is definitely to come. And if we're not in the right place to be able to really make an impact with whatever we're doing in our businesses, whether it's a coach or a therapist or a web designer or a graphic designer or anything, it doesn't matter what the business is. If we are not in the right position to make a seriously good comeback, to get back on track now, then by the time that everything does get back to the new normal, whatever that is, we're not going to be in the right place, and it's going to be almost too late. It's like the business crisis surge that I was talking about a few weeks ago. Can't remember if anybody remembers it or not. But when we have a big crisis, like we obviously have done on March 23rd, everything went into lockdown. Our businesses and everybody went into a flat panic, and we went zoom straight down into this big curve, beginning of this big curve. Now, when a recession happens, there is a surge afterwards. So we have the big curve, and then we have a bit of a plateau at the bottom, and everyone was sort of like, oh God, I don't know what we do, but we need to do something. And then everybody was sort of like, okay, come on, right, let's just get into the right frame of mind and let's get this going. We've got to get this sorted. Oh, we don't know how to. So we sort of go back up again and then back down again and then back up again. But that's where we are at the moment, is at the beginning of that surge. And that is why we have to place our businesses in exactly the right place to be able to pick this up. There are a lot of people who are still saying, oh gosh, everything's so awful, I can't do anything about it. Their businesses, I'm sad to say, are really not going to last. Not through any fault of their own at all, not through any fault of their own. But if we can help our own businesses by making sure that we're in the right place to get back on track, then hopefully we'll all be okay. So in order for a business to remain effective and competitive, the focus has got to be shifted away from this fear and towards being proactive. So how do we do that? What the heck are we going to do? So there is a what's called a 5R strategy, which I have adapted from the McKinsey strategy. And it starts off with the most important thing, which is resolve. There has got to be a common sense of resolve to get things back on track and remain top of our mind among our customers. So how can we do that? How can we make sure that we're in the right place to be talking to our customers now, so that they will continue to use us, so that they will always come back to us? What can we do that sets us above our competitors, so that we get remembered? Visibility is the most important thing. Visibility, getting out there, doing things like lives. It doesn't matter how long they are, how short they are. It does matter how often you do it. I, as you all know, do a Friday focus every Friday, apart from when I was away. And it's something that people get to know, that you're there. Oh, it's Friday morning, 10 o'clock. Oh, Hetty's going live today, isn't she? What's she going to be talking about today? Hopefully it might be interesting. It might not be interesting. But also, we've got to really think about our business collaborations. Who can we work with in this beginning of this surge to make sure that we are in the right position? So how can we service our customers in a better way that puts us above, one step above our competitors? If you look at what Airbnb have done, they've been offering up virtual visits with dogs in Chernobyl, cooking with a Moroccan family, meditations with Buddhist monks, all sorts of things, so that people remember them, so that people come back to them. So that as soon as the lockdown comes off, then and the Airbnbs are now open, you can see that they are now absolutely flooded with business, because people are starting to say, oh yeah, our Airbnb, mustn't forget that, we've got to be using them. So the next step is resilience. What does it mean to you? How resilient are you? There's so many different types of resilience. There's financial resilience, there's emotional resilience, there's mental resilience, there's practical resilience. There's so many different types, but it depends on what resilience actually means to you, and in the context of your business, what it means to your business, and how resilient is your business. What are you doing to make sure that it is resilient? In my eyes, resilience is the ability to get up after a knock or a setback. We learn from our mistakes, well, hopefully, and we adapt to our new circumstances quite quickly without losing any focus or wallowing. So we've all wallowed, we've all gone, what are we going to do? Help, how do we get out of this? But hopefully what we're now starting to do is really come out the other side and say, okay, fine, so what can we do? What can we do to make our businesses just that bit more special than anybody else's? So resilience, yeah, we need to incorporate resilience into our business. What we need to do is we need to invest time and effort developing a business plan of our objectives and our goals, and what our tactical steps are going to be. So step by step, what we're going to do to get to those particular goals. This is what I do with a lot of my clients now. I do these quarterly, well, actually I'm trying to do monthly meetings with a lot of clients at the moment to set their goals, and then I keep them accountable. And we use an amazing piece of software called Clarity. Clarity HQ, it is absolutely fabulous, and it helps the clients understand their numbers. It helps them really delve deep into them, really start thinking about things differently. Well, how can I increase my revenue? And if I increase my revenue by 5%, woo, look what my profit does. Or if I increase it by 10%, oh my God. Okay, so how am I going to get there? And then we set goals, and then we keep them accountable. But the point is that once you've got a really clear vision with your business plan, you've got your objectives, you've got your goals, you've got you've got something to work towards, and not only that, you've got me keeping you accountable. So point 3 is return. So how do we do this? Now is the time to really craft this detailed strategy to return our business, to scale our business, to get it really getting up and down. So what can we do? We can inform our customers and our employees, keep them all well informed with everything that we're doing, whether we're launching a new podcast, or whether we're starting to sell a different product, or whether we're just saying, hey, we're here, just remember we're here, whatever it happens to be. Keep everybody informed. If you've got employees, make sure that they know what is going on. It's a really unsettled time for employees at the moment. Nobody really knows what's happening, but if we can keep them in contact with what's going on, it will really help. Reassurance, again, reassuring your customers and your employees so that they know that they can trust you during these really tough times. Give them confidence in your brand. Loyalty, now is the perfect time to shift your focus towards cultivating loyalty and long-term relationships. Try and make your customers feel really special. I've started sending out a questionnaire to my customers, my clients, that asks them what's important to you, and it's getting a really good result, actually, because it tells me on a scale of very important, not so important, couldn't care less, or etc., every particular item. So things like dealing with the same person every time, things like 24 hours reply to emails and phone calls and things like that. How important is that to you? So I know what's important to my clients, so that I can make sure that they are put at the top of that list when it comes to making sure, okay, so I got an email from one of them and he says, please can you get back to me about such and such and such. If it's one of the ones that says, actually, do you know what, I'm not too bothered about getting it back within 24 hours, then I won't. I usually do, but I won't. But if it's someone who says that this is really, really top priority, I will get back to them within hours without fail. And it makes a very big difference. It makes you number one in their heads. It's really, really good. So number 4, before we run out of time, reimagination. How can you reimagine? What is your next normal? What are the appropriate steps to make sure that you are future-proofing your business? How can you do that? If you can really do that, it will result in an enormous amount more strength and resilience in your business, and probably productivity too. Has anybody seen what Nike's done? It's so brilliant. They've been reinventing their in-store experience, which actually they started doing before the pandemic hit, and it's called a scan to learn, and it's amazing. Customers go into their shop having downloaded the Nike app, and they can scan the mannequin to find out more about that particular product, what sizes it comes in, what stock that shop's got in it, whether it's a breathable item, if it's a Nike thing or whatever it happens to be. And I think that these models are really going to start to overtake, and the way that we're doing business is going to start to overtake as well. So the 5th point is reform. Businesses have got to begin to think about preparing for the future. Approaches and strategies are going to vary greatly depending on what business you're in, but it's so important to take this time and an opportunity to really be proactive. What can you do for your business? Can you set up a business plan and a strategy plan to give you a step-by-step idea of what you need to do? How can you ensure that your clients are going to keep coming back to you? What can you do that puts you a step above everybody else? What can you make sure is really your USP? But again, one step above everybody else, your competitors. But also, we've got to think that the pandemic hasn't brought an end to the bricks and mortar, but it's changed how things are running. So is there a way that you can run your business in a different way that is still going to service those clients that you've already got, but is also going to get the new ones as well? So I believe that this pandemic has to be thought of in positive terms. There are a lot of positives about it. You think what it's done to the air pollution and the air quality, it's unbelievable. The community aspect, well, especially around us, is absolutely fabulous. It's amazing. But also, it's helped people really start thinking what's important about their business, where they need to really concentrate on changing the way that they've been running their businesses. And I think this is a really ideal opportunity to start doing that. I've started doing it. I've started doing many more things online, like these Friday focuses, but I've started also doing Profit First courses online. I'm rewriting other courses. I've redone my website. I'm getting more visible. I've niched down on who my ideal client is, so that I can really start to talk to them, which is incredibly important in your marketing. So I think we need to think about this pandemic as it has got a silver lining. It's definitely got a silver lining. The way that businesses have banded together by building on community and collaboration is unbelievable. It has really opened up more authentic connections with consumers, with customers, and this is a new normal that we can all get behind. So what can you do? What are the 5 R's that you can do? If you remember what the 5 R's are, they are resolve, resilience, return, reimagination, and reform. What are the 5 R's that you could do to get your business back on track so that you are in the right place to service your customers and your clients as soon as this is really well and truly over, whenever that might be, or even just to sort of start it in the process so that you can make sure that you're in the right place to deal with it. Now, if anybody needs any help with working out a strategy plan, I'm more than happy to be a sounding board or another ear, whatever you like to call it. I'm here to help. So please just come and talk to me. Love to hear from you. Thank you so much all for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye.